Hello, brothers and sisters. Back once again to teach more truth and reveal to you necessary information that is relevant to know. I bet many of you have been curious as to where I've been and ain't seen me on here in a while. Well, I've been kind of under the weather, the past week or so, something like that, and I couldn't even hardly talk. I was to the point where I was whispering on here. Well, not on here, but to the point I was whispering, period. So I'm like, man, I can't come on here and do a video blog, and I'm all hoarse, working in the weather, etc., etc. So now that I'm, I guess, fully restored, and I've been getting some rest, trying to make sure I get rested, because busy working two jobs, that can kind of catch up with you if you don't get enough rest. But moving to the point, this segment here, I call the Wall Street. Wall Street, the heart of the world's economy. I kind of trying to get adapted to this new way of YouTube. Got it set up here where you can just do the video first, I guess, and kind of edit it later. But it's called Wall Street, the heart of the world's economy. Now I'm explaining about Wall Street, how that's tied and linked to prophecy. As you know, we are in an economic crisis. That's not nothing new to you. We are in a recession. That's not new to you either. We'll lead to a depression. That's not new to you either. All these things that are constantly happening in our country. As my last segment, revealing you prophecy and apocrypha about the fall of America, and also in the Holy Bible. I mean, the economic crisis is all part of prophecy, and that's in Revelation 18, and I already taught that in a previous segment, probably in the apocrypha segment or the ones before that, so you kind of backtrack and find which one it is. I'm teaching about that, but I can't remember off the back which one it may be, but I'm teaching about the economic crisis in one of my segments a little bit before this in the apocrypha, so kind of give you an idea of where to look, where to search. But anyways, getting right to it. Of course, Wall Street is the heart of the world's economy. Taiwan, Thailand, Italy, the other foreigners or whatever that invested their stock in this country. The foreigners around this country, stocks are growing by them investing in this country. That's how all the foreigners around us are getting rich. That's how Italy, Europe, Taiwan, Thailand, Japan, China, etc., Russia, getting their profits and getting revenue for their countries is through us, because they shipping all their merchandise through us, and we're buying their merchandise, and by us buying their merchandise, they are receiving a percentage of the sales that take place in this country. So that's how they are profiting and getting rich. That's why you see a lot of foreigners in America, because they are bringing their businesses to America to profit, because America is multiracial. It's kind of like Egypt, how Egypt was before, well, how Egypt was after it been invaded several times, because Egypt was predominantly black or brown skin, and then it became multiracial by the many invasions of Egypt, because Egypt was the most powerful nation on the planet. Many tried to take over Egypt but couldn't succeed, especially when Egypt and Israel became one and they was unstoppable. So of course, America being multiracial, and a lot of different people in this country, which makes it Babylon, because Babylon was the great and powerful and popular city that everybody wanted to visit and go to. That's how the merchants, the foreign merchants around the world, are making their money, is investing in America. America falls, the merchants around the world fall, because that's how they getting their revenue. That's how they making their money. That's how they bringing home the bacon for their families or for their country, is through us. Now, with Wall Street being the heart of the world, the New York Stock Exchange is the heart of the world's economy. And by being the heart of the world's economy, right now it's clogged up. That hole where the blood flows through it, that hole where money steady flowing, where it's like a two-way street, you know. It's two-way street. Okay, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. You know, that's what's going on. Buying, selling, buying, selling. This was flowing through the arteries of the world's economy, the world's heart, or the world's economy's heart, which is the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, the world economy's heart, Wall Street. So buying, selling. So the arteries are flowing freely with this buying and selling. But see, by it being in an economic crisis, now the arteries are clogged up. And one of those arteries are clogged. And the one that's clogged is the selling. The selling. Because of the supply and demand is starting to decrease. Because it's starting to decrease because of the natural resources are starting to become scarce to make the many products that is being interchanged with one another through other countries and other people. So by one of those arteries being clogged up, what happens when an artery get clogged in a heart? That risks a heart attack. So by the artery being clogged up in the world's economy heart, that causes a recession or depression. See, what also happens when an artery gets clogged up in the heart is cardiac arrest. So what happens in a world economy's heart is somewhat of a cardiac arrest. And that not cardiac arrest, but cardiac arrest, which is recession. You see. So right now we in kind of like let's say a financial anatomy class. We in a financial anatomy class, breaking it down about Wall Street being the heart of the world's economy, and it's clogged up because of the natural resources becoming scarce. It's clogged up with debt. All these things causing it to not pump is freely anymore. Now it's starting to skip a beat because the buying and selling on Wall Street ain't flowing so good no more, which is leading to the fall of America. And like I said, I already explained it. I'm trying to think off the top of my head which segment it is about me teaching about it, but for those of y'all, you know, my subscribers been keeping up with what I've been teaching, I'm sure y'all know exactly which video to pinpoint. Right now I can't think of it off the top of my head. So like I said, I already explained about in Revelation 18, teaching about the, you know, merchants overseas. Nobody buys their cargoes anymore. Nobody buys their silver, their pearls, their silk. That's why I said the merchants of the earth, the merchants of the earth shall weep over her. The merchants of the earth shall weep over fallen Babylon. Why would the merchants of the earth care about this fallen Babylon that it speaks of in Revelation 18? Why would the merchants of the earth care? Why? Because it explains in Revelation 18 that the merchants of the earth are weeping because that was their investment. That's how they gained their riches, their wealth, and their power. And it also speaks that in Revelation 18. See, brothers and sisters, it takes prophets to teach accurate and precise truth. Pastors and ministers teach about God's word and about God. And prophets teach about God and teach God's word. Or prophets teach about God. Let me rephrase that. Pastors and ministers teach about God's word, and prophets teach about God and teach about his word, teaching a precise and accurate truth in his word. So this economic crisis is all part of prophecy, folks, and I thought I'd come on here to reveal that to you, to bring out as far as what's going on. And of course I got to do a part 2 to this, because there's more to share, more to teach. So of course stay tuned, and part 2 uploads, check it out, because I'm not done. Peace be unto you. Christ for life.